Welcome to today's Explainer. We are diving straight into the top software outsourcing companies in the US. Look, if you're a technical leader or a founder trying to scale, you already know that picking the right partner literally makes or breaks your product roadmap. So, we're skipping the fluff today. We're getting right to what top-tier, no-nonsense engineering delivery actually looks like right now. Let's get into it.
Right off the bat, we need to acknowledge that the software outsourcing market has officially split into two completely different realities. On one side, you've got the legacy model. You know the one. It's generic staff augmentation, basically the body shop version of outsourcing. That's where an agency just kind of tacks random developers onto an invoice. You end up with rotating, mid-level talent who are magically, somehow, billed out at senior rates. And their security? Yeah, usually it's just a self-attested SOC 2 letter that completely falls apart the second it faces an actual audit. But then, on the other side, the legitimate market has completely moved on. We're talking real AI-augmented software delivery. This new reality means highly structured scope documents, specific named senior engineers dedicated to your product, and a compliance posture that is genuinely audit-ready. I want to be super clear here. Every single company we're looking at today was selected purely based on what they actually ship under real US client conditions. No offshore name drops, no empty promises, just partners who deliver real engineering outcomes.
Okay, first up on the list is DBB Software, based out of Krakow, Poland. What makes these guys an absolute powerhouse is their outcome-owned approach. And the wild part? They do it at a highly competitive $25 to $49 an hour while holding on to a flawless 5.0 clutch rating. Founded back in 2015, they operate with a tight, incredibly capable team of between 50 and 249 engineers. They don't just throw warm bodies at your problem. They build software the way real engineers actually want to work. Every single engagement kicks off with a structured scope document, which completely replaces that dreaded status theater with actual transparent weekly syncs. But here is the real takeaway. Their speed and architecture are off the charts. By leaning into AI-assisted workflows, they're typically shipping production-grade minimum viable products in roughly 12 weeks. I mean, that is a fraction of the 6 to 9 months a generalist team usually takes to stumble through an MVP. How? They use a unified cross-platform architecture, specifically Expo plus Next.js, which lets them deploy iOS, Android, and web platforms from one single codebase. So if your US company needs scalable software with complex API integrations, secure Firebase identity flows, or deep payment authorizations using stuff like Braintree or Stripe, DBB Software just gets it built fast and gets it built right.
Next, we have Glorium Technologies, headquartered right in Houston, Texas. They operate in that $50 to $99 an hour tier, and yep, another perfect 5.0 on clutch, backed by over 30 verified reviews. Why are they on this list? Honestly, it comes down to one word: specialization. These guys bring over 14 years of hyper-focused experience specifically to the health tech and real estate verticals. We're talking over 100 successful client partnerships and 80-plus industry awards. This is absolutely massive if you're a startup or enterprise working in a heavily regulated space. Take health tech, for example. Your domain-specific knowledge around strict regulatory compliance matters so much more than just having generic engineering capacity. You can't just hire a brilliant coder, you need a coder who fundamentally understands HIPAA and data privacy workflows inside and out. Because, let's be real, a HIPAA violation is an incredibly expensive way to find out your offshore team didn't quite understand the assignment. Glorium is the premier fit when you absolutely need vertical specialist outsourcing. No compromises.
Now, when you need sheer, massive scale, Coherent Solutions is who steps in. We're talking over 2,000 engineers, 10 global development centers, and 30 years of hard-earned experience delivering more than 1,000 projects. Their rates sit in that mid-market $50 to $99 an hour tier, and they hold a very strong 4.7 clutch rating. This massive level of scale is exactly what lets them tackle incredibly complex, data-heavy software. Coherent Solutions goes deep. I mean really deep, into artificial intelligence, machine learning, computer vision, natural language processing, and heavy-duty data engineering. They've planted deep roots across healthcare, fintech, e-commerce, and financial services. If you're an executive trying to build, say, a predictive healthcare model or a real-time fraud detection engine, you need specialized data science expertise, not just a generic dev who knows how to code. Coherent Solutions brings both the massive infrastructure and the specialized brands to pull off those big initiatives, where heavy data lifting is just as crucial as broad engineering capacity.
Shifting our focus over to the West Coast, let's talk about Cheesecake Labs out in San Francisco. They've built an elite 5.0 clutch reputation over the last 13 years by delivering for major Fortune 500 clients. Their rates also typically fall between $50 and $99 an hour.
With a portfolio of over 300 major projects, what makes them truly unique is their delivery approach. They somehow managed to successfully blend strict Silicon Valley engineering rigor with nearshore delivery speed. It's a fantastic combo. You're going to want to partner with Cheesecake Labs for high-stakes engagements, especially if you're a mid-market or enterprise company. Why? Because they absolutely shine when long-term architecture decisions matter most. If you're building a platform where the foundational choices you make today are going to dictate your scalability for the next 10 years, you need the battle-tested engineering foresight that Cheesecake Labs brings to the table. They make sure your foundation is rock solid from day one, which, frankly, saves you from catastrophic technical debt down the road.
Our final featured company today is Wizeline. They're also headquartered in San Francisco, but they operate with a highly strategic Mexico-first nearshore delivery model. Their main hubs are in places like Guadalajara, Monterrey, and Merida, plus teams in Colombia and Vietnam. With a 4.8 clutch score, they operate at a massive scale of roughly 2,000 engineers. And importantly, they back all of that up with real, audit-ready ISO 27001 and SOC 2 compliance. But the absolute biggest strategic advantage Wizeline brings to the table is geographic. Because their primary delivery is out of Guadalajara, which is literally just 1 hour behind Pacific time, they offer unmatched, tight time zone alignment for U.S. West Coast teams. So if you're a media, fintech, retail, or healthcare team on the West Coast, and you need highly integrated teams building productionized AI and data engineering use cases, not just little experimental pilot projects, Wizeline is a game changer. It allows your internal and external teams to work seamlessly within the exact same business hours. No more waking up to a bunch of Slack messages sent at 3 a.m. Your teams are actually collaborating in real time.
So, when we put all 5 of these companies side by side, the mandate for executives becomes incredibly clear. The era of just picking up the phone and saying, hey, send us some developers, is totally over. Today's legitimate software outsourcing market actively rewards AI-augmented workflows, structured accountability, and specialized depth. To recap, you've got DBB Software dominating high-speed, complex integrations and payments at a highly competitive rate. Glorium completely owns the regulated compliance space for specialized verticals. Coherent Solutions is your powerhouse for massive, data-heavy AI and ML scaling. Cheesecake Labs is the go-to for decade-defining enterprise architecture, and Wizeline provides unmatched, secure, nearshore alignment for West Coast operations. Ultimately, you have to choose your partner based strictly on your platform's specific technical complexity, your strict vertical requirements, and your geographic alignment needs. So I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on as you evaluate your own roadmap. Are you still just buying generic, rented headcount, or are you investing in a true, outcome-owned engineering capability that will actually scale your business? Think about it.